What is going on, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global back here with another video, and in this one, we're going to be talking about how the New England Patriots have signed two free agent tight ends, really trying to just bolster that tight end depth chart. One of them, of course, being Paul Butler, and the other one being Ellis. We, of course, knew that this move was going to happen. We knew that the Patriots were going to sign at least one tight end. They lost Matt LaCosse to opt out. That, even when he was here, was a position that they needed to add to. We knew that they were going to add a body after the deal with Jordan Leggett did not go through, and it looks like they decided to bring in two guys rather than one, which, hey, I'm not arguing with, but of course, these aren't really names that anybody is going to know, and of course, this is something that I told you guys that the Patriots were going to do this exact thing. Now, of course, both of these signings are not surprising whatsoever. The New England Patriots had brought both of these guys in for workouts, and like always, the NFL is trying to really push teams to only bring in and work out players that they have a legit interest in possibly signing. And of course, what happened? They worked them out, and now they're signed. So as for Ellis, he, like I said, worked out with the Patriots this past Sunday, and will now add some experience, which is going to be the big thing here, and hopefully some consistency to a group like Ryan Izzo, Devin Asiasi, Dalton Keene, Jake Burt, and Rashad Berry. Now, Ellis originally arrived in the NFL as a rookie free agent in 2016. So, you know, he's not someone who's going to bring a crazy amount of experience, but he does have a few years under his belt. The Tennessee Titans did pick him up after the draft, so UDFA, but he failed to survive their roster cutdown day. Following that transaction, he went and he joined the Jacksonville Jags practice squad and then was later promoted to the active team. He ended up playing a total of 6 games, making 3 catches for just 11 yards, and the only offensive statistics he has so far registered outside of the preseason competition. So pretty much what I mean by this is, besides preseason, when it comes to the regular season, those statistics are the only statistics that he has put up during the regular season of his entire career. He then had a little bit of a stint here with the New Orleans Saints the following season. After that, he joined the Kansas City Chiefs in 2018, in which he appeared in 2 games before being placed on injured reserve. He then joined the Philadelphia Eagles 1 year later, adding 3 more in-game appearances to his resume. So clearly, this guy has made his rounds through multiple NFL teams. He's 6'4", 253 pounds, so he'll bring a pretty decent build, a pretty decent size if he's able to make the roster. Of course, both of these guys are coming in, I can't say too late to the process because things kind of just started, but the regular season does start in a couple weeks, and so they are going to be a bit behind some of these other guys, so they're going to have to come in, and if they want to make this roster, they're going to have to make their name heard and really be able to build some type of chemistry with, not Brian Hoyer, because let's be real, he's not going to get the starting job, but Cam Newton or Jared Stidham. So in total, he played 11 games in his entire career with the multiple teams that I just listed. He's 27, so he is still in his prime. He is getting, of course, close to his 30s, but you know, that's not something that, of course, would worry Bill Belichick at all. He kind of just came into the league a bit older than most do. Now, of course, he will add depth to the Patriots tight end group that we all know needs that depth because they don't really have much guys to fill that need, but he's going to be a guy that is going to be a long shot to make the final roster. Personally, I would say that the tight end out of the two that I am more excited about is going to be Butler. It seemed like following the workout with the Patriots, he left a pretty good positive impression with the coaching staff, so hopefully they're able to transition some type of attributes that they saw in him onto the field that he hasn't been able to really showcase throughout the NFL yet. Another guy who's close to his 30s, but he's still 100% in his prime at 27 years old. He originally arrived in the NFL as a rookie free agent signing by the Oakland Raiders back in 2018. Now, guys, before we continue to go on, real quick, there is no shortage of action going on with our exclusive partner, BetOnline. Sports are slowly making its way back with the UFC, NASCAR, and soccer leading that pact. And of course, BetOnline has all of the best odds, lines for the upcoming matches for this upcoming weekend. Of course, if you're like, yo, Patriots Global, I need more than that. Like always, I got you covered because BetOnline has simulated NFL, NBA, and UFC events happening every day live for you to check out. Of course, if you're looking for something more than just sports, I got that covered also because BetOnline has hundreds of live casino games, poker tournaments, and all of the best props in the business. Guys, go ahead and visit betonline.ag or use your mobile device and join now to receive your new welcome bonus and start playing today. BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. Now, unlike Ellis, Butler actually saw a good amount of action in the regular season on both offense and special teams during his first preseason, although the team did decide to release him before bringing him back to its practice squad. So I think that's definitely something big to monitor. You know, he has special teams ability, which is something that we haven't heard Ellis have the ability to do, which is just another way that Butler could really find his way and potentially sneak his way onto the Patriots active roster because, you know, with Matt LaCosse being out, the Patriots have to add another tight end, you know. Dalton Keene, Devin Asiasi, of course, that's going to be great. If I'm Patriots 100%, I'm keeping Ryan Izzo. But even in that case, it's 3 tight ends. One goes down. What do you do? So clearly, one of these guys is going to have to make it. And for anybody thinking Patriots Global, they're not going to keep that many tight ends. Keep in mind that last year, how many did they keep? They had Ben Watson. They had Matt LaCosse. They had Ryan Izzo. Not to mention the fact that they also kept bringing in tight ends throughout the season. Now, Butler essentially spent the first 2 years of his career in the league in the developmental roster with the Oakland Raiders. So clearly there was something that the Oakland Raiders saw, something that they really liked in him. Maybe they just thought he's not ready to play in the NFL yet, but he's something that they feel that they can really develop into something, especially because of the build that he's able to bring. Of course, that didn't work out too well from them because he was signed to a reserve/futures deal by the Detroit Lions earlier this year. Now, the third-year tight end eventually returned to the Oakland Raiders earlier this offseason, only to be released yet again this month. The only problem, though, with Butler is more so the fact that a lot of the time that he got with the Oakland Raiders was more so training camp and your offseason programs and your preseason. He never really got actual time within the regular season, which of course brings a lot of worry. Something, though, that I do really, really like about him, though, is the size, is the ability he brings as pretty much just a boulder in the NFL. 6'6", 250 pounds. That is exactly what I like to see with the New England Patriots. Of course, as we all know, I'm a guy who likes a really big tight end. That's just me personally, and I think Bill Belichick has done the same. He's really tried to bring that aspect. It was originally Gronk. Gronk left. He tried to bring that back with a Matt LaCosse. That didn't really work, especially because Matt LaCosse, of course, opted out for this upcoming season. The Patriots tried to bring in Jordan Leggett, a 6'5", 6'6" tight end. That didn't work out. So now they're bringing in Butler here, who again sits at 6'6", 250 pounds. So ultimately, my honest to God thoughts on both of these guys are it's going to be an uphill battle for both of them to make the roster. You know, none of them have really done anything in the NFL. So I don't think either of these guys are just going to become game changers unless, you know, they can be diamonds in the rough. And somehow within a couple of weeks, Bill Belichick and the Patriots coaching staff can do their best at developing these players, but I think it's a long shot. And like I said, I really wish that Bill Belichick would bring in a higher name tight end. I know there isn't a lot on the market, but I definitely believe that there are guys out there that are going to be better than both of these guys, even combined. And, you know, I'm a firm believer that the Patriots should roll in most of their available cap into the 2021 season, but there are some holes that you still have, and I think signing guys like this who it's a long shot for them to make a true impact. I just wish that Bill Belichick would make some addition for a tight end that could really help the Patriots out. But that is going to be it for today's video. The New England Patriots have signed 2 free agent tight ends to try and help bolster that tight end position. What are your guys' thoughts on the signing? Let me know what you're thinking in the comment section below. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up and comment below what you guys are feeling. Other than that, I will catch you guys in my next video.